God, I forgot they purr. I forgot the aliens purr in this universe. Will you hold this while I show them my corn dog? My home is a mess at the moment. There's a lot of unorganization that's going on in my house right now. The floors are not clean because it has been raining constantly here in Tennessee, and taking Finn in and out of the house has tracked in so much dirt. And there's also just, I feel like there's stuff everywhere. So before I get started with anything today, I'm gonna clean. While I clean, where are my AirPods? That's where my AirPods are, over here. I'm gonna set a timer for 30 minutes and we're gonna see if I can get all of this done in 30 minutes. I'm listening to Freeing Luca. A couple days ago, I got the urge to read an unhinged romance book, specifically a sci-fi romance book. I went in person to see if they had Ice Planet Barbarians or the Clucanian. I think it's called the Clucanian series. They didn't have any of the books in person, so then I went and looked on Libby. They don't have the ebooks on Libby, but with the Clucanian series, they do have the audiobooks. I don't know why they don't have the ebooks, but they have the audiobooks. I put Freeing Luca on hold, which is the book that comes after Choosing Theo. And as you guys know, I love Choosing Theo. It was really good. Put this on hold and it just became available yesterday, and I'm already 50% through it. It's not incredible, but it's scratching the itch in my brain that I needed to scratch. And I love a good sci-fi romance book. I just needed something a little bit silly, and this is exactly what I needed. I have heard this is the worst book in this interconnected series. It's kind of nice listening to this, knowing it only gets better after this. And my library has every other audiobook available, so I already downloaded them and ready to go for when this one is over. I went on a really long walk yesterday and listened to it. The aliens in this series resemble humans a lot. I couldn't find fan art for Freeing Luca. Well, maybe if I found it by now, I'll put some on the screen, but I'm definitely gonna be putting fan art of Choosing Theo on the screen. They're like a hotter version of human beings. Whereas my favorite sci-fi romance series, Ice Planet Barbarians, it's like Avatar, like aliens in that sci-fi universe. This is more like hotter humans. Oh my God, I forgot they purr. I forgot the aliens purr in this universe. Really what I need to do is vacuum, pick up all of Phineas's toys, clean up and organize all of this, because like this countertop is stressing me out. And that's about it. Got my timer, audiobook is playing. This gallery wall behind me is a work in progress. I finally decided that it's time to fill this space. I was going back and forth whether I wanted to do a gallery wall or whether I wanted to do just one big piece there. I think gallery wall is the move. I went and got some printouts made at FedEx this past week. Hi, Finny. You go lay down? I went to FedEx this past week and got a bunch of different prints made just to like feel it out. And I like it. I like the vibe. I went to Home Goods and got a couple frames to feel it out a little bit more before I fully committed. And I think I like it. We're gonna go with it. As you can see, I have a couple fillers right here. So I went ahead and went on FedEx this morning and ordered a couple more prints that I'm gonna use for that. And then here in a second, we're gonna go pick up those prints and then also run to Home Goods again and get frames for the rest of it, or most of it. I don't know. I think it's looking good so far. I like what we have happening right here. I brought my walking pad into the living room recently. Phineas's crate used to be in my closet of my reading room, and then I brought her crate in here, and then I put her crate away. She doesn't even use her crate anymore, so I brought the walking pad in here. So when I'm watching TV, I can walk and have a little bit of cozy cardio. And also, the kids love to hang out on the patio, especially when it's sunny. But when they're out there, especially Olive, I have to keep an eye on them. So I brought the walking pad in here because I always found myself wanting to walk, and then they would come in there and whine at me because they wanted to go sit on the patio in the sun. And then I would have to stop walking, come out here and sit on this chair right here, just keep an eye on them just in case. Olive, she's not gonna throw herself off the balcony. She would quite literally never do that. She's too lazy to even peek over the balcony. She just lays like right next to the door. Regardless of that, I don't feel comfortable just leaving them out there unsupervised. I'm just a mom, okay? My brother and Georgia both have the standing desk. They have it in white. I ended up buying the standing desk. It should be here later this week. I bought it in this rusty brown color. It's like brown and black. So when I'm watching TV and walking over there, I can maybe like get some work done or like keep my drink right in front of me. I think it'll be nice. I have plenty of room in this living room too. So it'll be fine. Over here, tucked away, it'll be great. I'm excited. I think it comes in on Friday. There is nothing I love more than a company with good customer service. I have this blue pair of Salomon sneakers and I paid like $200 for them. After a week and a half of wearing them, they developed a hole in the back of it. And I immediately reached out to Salomon and I was like, hey, is there like a warranty or something on this? Because that shouldn't have happened. I think I wore them 4 times and I was just really confused. They gave me a voucher to get a new pair of tennis shoes, and I've been going back and forth trying to figure out which shoe I should get because they've been sold out of the ones that I really, really like. My blue ones still work and they're fine. I'm still gonna wear them. The hole is nothing too crazy. It was just shocking that it had popped up within a week. Those are XT6s, I think. I really like them. They've been sold out of my size in the XT6s, so I have been trying other shoes. I've been going back and forth, like using the voucher and ordering shoes, and then returning them and getting a new voucher, trying to find another pair of their shoes that will fit me well. I just got 2 in the mail. One of these I'm gonna return. These are the XT4s. I got a 9 and a 9.5. So we're gonna see which ones fit. I think the 9.5 is in white and the 9 is in black. Ooh, this is the 9.5. I think the 9.5 is probably gonna be too big, but I went ahead and ordered them both at the same time because I'm tired of going back and forth ordering one shoe and then feeling iffy about it and not being able to compare it to anything else. This is the 9.5. Despite the hole developing in my blue ones, I love them so much. I love them. I really love this brand. They're so hard to get your hands on, but I love them. And then the other pair is the same style, but in black. Ooh. There's the black ones. I don't always love solid black shoes because they remind me of my food service shoes that I used to wear specifically when I worked at Chick-fil-A in high school. And I start hearing like the beeping in my head. Oh, I worked at Chick-fil-A for like 5 years. 5 years? Yeah, in high school and then off and on in college. Ooh, when I think about it, like the beeping for the chicken is like, oh, it's currently in my head. That needs to go away. Okay, we're gonna try on the black ones first. Okay, I think the white ones are definitely too big. Yeah, they're massive. The white ones have got to go. They are really cute though. I am a big fan of that though. I think I'm actually a bigger fan of the white ones than the black ones, but the black ones fit me better. Whatever. The next time I need a new pair of sneakers, I'll just get the white ones. Yeah, those are massive, so these need to be returned. I always like to keep my makeup super quick, simple, and easy, especially in the summer. My go-to makeup brand, as most of you know, is Merit. I've been using Merit for years now. I would say 90% of the products that I use on a daily basis are from Merit. This is Merit's signature bag as well that I keep all of my makeup in. Merit is a minimalist makeup brand. They're vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free. I wouldn't say I have sensitive skin, but I feel like most makeup products that I've used in the past have a really hard time seamlessly blending into my skin, but I've never had that issue with any makeup product from Merit. The first thing that I start with is the Merit Glow Serum. I do like 1 to 2 pumps of this after I do my sunscreen, but I already put my sunscreen on this morning. It's just as a nice glowy, dewy look to start my skin off. It's also super, super lightweight. Then after that, I go in with the Merit Minimalist Stick. I'm going in with my Dune shade, and sometimes I will build this up a lot. Like if I'm going on a night out with my friends, I will put it all over my face. It acts as like a foundation and concealer all in one. But on a daily basis, if I'm wanting to like step it up a little bit, I'll add it underneath my eyes. And then if I have any serious blemishes, I'll put them directly on it. So I have like a couple pimples up here that you can probably barely see on camera, but enough. I can see enough in the mirror to where I'm gonna add it. And then a little bit of color correction over here. Once I blend it, whether I do it with my fingers or the Merit brush, which today I think I'm gonna actually use the Merit brush. If I'm on the go, I tend to use my fingers. It will blend, you'll see, so well into my skin you can barely tell it's there. I'm amazed every freaking time. Just added some bronzer and now I'm gonna go in with my blush. I've been using the Apres one from Merit. If I can find it in here. It's a deep berry color. Sometimes if I'm wanting like a very sun-kissed look, I'll put it over my nose or I'll blend it over my nose. I don't really know if I'm feeling that today. I love blush. It's like one of my favorites. I also use the Merit mascara. I just feel like this lengthens my eyelashes so well. I'm someone who will suffer from raccoon eyes so easily, but at the end of the day, after wearing this for, I don't know, 12 hours sometimes, I have no raccoon eyes. And then I go in with the lip oil from Merit. This is my favorite in shade Sangria. I feel like it stays on my lips for most of the day. This is my go-to simple summer makeup. You guys can get up to 15% off exclusive sets with the link in the description bar down below if you want to try Merit. And you can also shop all of the products that I used today. And all first orders get a free signature makeup bag and free shipping with an over $40 purchase. I switched up the coffee that I drink at home. I started making it a different way. As you guys know, I've been a ride or die busy drinker. I still have some in my fridge. This has been my go-to for probably 8 months now. And I just switched it up this past week, and I bought this just in case I didn't like the new coffee that I tried, but I actually liked it like 10 times more than this. I tried to drink this morning, and I just was like, no, I don't want it. I got a Stumptown cold brew concentrate this past week, and it is so good. It's insane. It's expensive. I could be doing worse things than spending money on coffee, you know, so I don't care. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go to Sprouts and pick up coffee, and then I also need to get beef jerky or something. Georgia needs something, so I'm gonna grab it while I'm there. But I started mixing the Stumptown cold brew concentrate with whole milk, and I keep opening and closing my fridge. I've been loving this milk. This has been my favorite one. This is also from Sprouts. 3/4 cold brew concentrate, and then a 1/4 cup of this. And I'm not even kidding you, I don't even want to go to coffee shops anymore. I don't. It's better than any coffee I've ever had at a coffee shop. I've always been a really big fan of Stumptown though. I used to drink the Stumptown Hairbender coffee, the grounds, and sometimes I drink it in the fall because I have a coffee pot over there. Sometimes I drink hot coffee in the fall, and when I do, it's always the Hairbender from Stumptown. Stumptown's like my favorite coffee brand. So we're gonna run Sprouts and pick some up. I was thinking about going to the animal shelter today too. Oh, I don't know if I want to go today or if I want to go tomorrow. We're gonna go to the shelter tomorrow because there's a chance of rain tonight. And I'm gonna look at the volunteer board. I think they might have enough volunteers. They tend to have a lot on this day. Oh, they have volunteers going tonight. Okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna go to the shelter tomorrow. That means the only thing out of the house I need to do today is get coffee. No, I also need to go cancel my HotWorks membership. I decided to stop going to HotWorks. I liked it for the first couple months that I went there. If you don't know what HotWorks is, it's a sauna workout studio, but there's individual sauna pods. When I first moved here, I started going to HotWorks because it's right down the street. It was fine for the first couple months, and I kind of hit my final straw with it about a month ago. I have not been in a month, guys. You're working out in these individual pods. They're not soundproof pods. They're not soundproof pods. So when you go at a certain time, like sometimes I would go really early in the morning, like on a Sunday or a really early Friday morning, and no one would be in the other pods, so it would be fine. The experience would be good. But 3 out of the 5 days a week I would go, so many people would be in the other pods with full volume of the workout class that they were doing, and it sounds like a circus. It sounds like a circus. and I don't want to wear my AirPods in there. I tend to watch my own workout YouTube videos, either Moving Nicole or this girl, I don't remember her name, but she literally makes me cry every time I do one of her workouts. It's like god awful, but in the best way. I watch a video and I don't want to wear my AirPods because I don't want them to get ruined, and I don't wear earplugs because I want to be able to hear my video. We're gonna run by there and try and cancel it. And then once I'm done paying for this gym membership, I'm gonna go join a studio. I am. I'm doing it, finally. I should have just done this when I first moved here, but it's okay. It's okay. You live and you learn. I thought that would be a good option for me, and it was for a couple months there. Not anymore. I'm gonna join a legit studio. There's this one that I've been looking at that has heated classes, both Pilates and yoga, which I think it would be really, really nice to go to a studio that offers both so that I can access both, because I love both of those types of workouts. And something else I realized while doing hot works and even working out at home, where I'm at right now in my workout phase, I don't want to do Pilates or yoga. Like if a coach is not telling me what to do in person at the moment, which it changes depending on my mood, and sometimes it changes month to month. Like a couple months ago, this wasn't an issue. At the moment, it's an issue. I don't want to do a video workout. I just won't do it. I don't want to listen to you. I'll stop it halfway through and then I'll go for a walk, which is fine. Regardless, I just want to move my body, and that's totally fine. But I find myself getting more out of having a coach telling me what to do when it comes to yoga and Pilates. I've just been walking for my workout for the past month with my bala bangles or my weighted vest. That's about it. That's all I can give at the moment, because I don't want to watch a video. Got 2 of them this time. I go through one in about 3 days, and that's with me drinking 2 cups a day. About. Roughly. My cancellation experience with HotWorks is the exact reason why, up until me joining that yoga studio earlier this year when I was in Texas, I have not gone back to a gym. I feel like, not private gyms per se, but these, is commercial the right word? The ones that are like across the country. Is commercial the right word? I don't know. I feel like you know what I'm talking about though. Those type of gyms like Planet Fitness, HotWorks, Orange Theory, whatever. I feel like they get you in the contract with the wording and everything. When I got this gym membership, I was very, very cautious in asking what the cancellation policy was gonna be, because I have joined gym memberships in the past where they end up like hooking me in for 6 months, and I have to pay like out the ass to cancel a gym membership. And that is something that is so frustrating to me. So when I was getting this gym membership, I specifically asked, and I even called Georgia afterwards because I was like, did I ask this? And she was like, yes, you did. I remember you telling me about this conversation. I specifically asked, what's y'all's gym cancellation policy? And they said, oh, you have to pay an additional couple months, or it's like, I don't know if it's 1 or technically 2 months afterwards, like you cancel and then you pay 1 or 2 more months of your membership and then it's gone. And I was like, that sucks, but I'll just be proactive and cancel a couple of months before I really want the membership gone, which I was not proactive in doing that, but that's okay. I knew going into it, canceling today, that is what they were gonna tell me, and I'm just gonna be like, whatever. I will pay for this membership until August. I get in there and she goes, so you still have to pay what I just told you? And I was like, yes, I'm prepared to do that. Like I knew that was gonna happen. And you still have your membership technically for those few months anyway. So I was like, whatever. I knew that was gonna happen. And she was like, oh, and also you do need to pay $100 fee because you're canceling before your 6 months is up. And I was like, why didn't y'all tell me this when I asked? And I was very polite. I was just like, are you for real? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So by the time I was like, okay, so what happens? When's the earliest I can cancel it without paying that fee? And she was like, October 1st. And I was like, okay, and if I pay that fee and then I still have to pay the couple months, how much longer do I have? And she was like, end of August, beginning of September. And I was like, I just decided to keep it. I guess I'll use it. That is something that is so frustrating to me. So I'm not gonna go try a new yoga studio until October. Or maybe I'll let them overlap a little bit in September. I don't need to be paying for multiple gym memberships. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna join another studio until September. I think come September, like 1 month of overlap is okay in my brain. I just like don't really see a point in paying the $100 fee and also still having to pay a couple more months because of their policy. Because by that point I'm paying the same amount of money. So I still have my Hot Works membership. That's okay. I guess it's gonna have to be okay. That is so delicious. Perfect coloring too. And come this fall, I'll join a new studio. Couple things. One, I got a pedometer to track my steps. I'm big on tracking my steps. I try to hit like 10 to 20,000. I normally do not get 20,000. Normally it's around like 15,000-ish steps a day, especially if I'm not doing yoga or Pilates. And like I said, I haven't been doing that for the past month. So I've been trying to get my steps in. I'm tired of carrying around my phone though, because I don't have an Apple Watch or a Garmin or anything. So I got a pedometer. It just came in the mail. I started using it at like 12 o'clock today and I'm almost at 1,000 steps on it. It's gonna be pretty inaccurate today, but we'll see what it says tomorrow. I'm outside of Paper Source right now because I'm gonna go in here and get a planner. I've decided I'm gonna be a planner girly again. I haven't used a planner since college, but I keep getting confused on things and my calendar on my phone is just not it. I'm a paper person. I like writing things down, especially when it comes to to-do list as well. So I just think this will make me feel way more organized and will help me not stress out when it comes to when everything is going to be, because it's getting jumbled in my head at the moment. Even like the simplest things, I feel like it's running around in my head, or it's on my Google calendar and my Apple calendar. Nothing is like in one place. And so I need to be more organized. I need to keep all of my stuff in one place so I can be more organized and just stop feeling like my head is this. That's what my head has felt like for the past week. I feel like I've been having a lot of brain fog this week too, which is not helping. This is my way to help that. This is not really my vibe, but the inside of it is. The rest of the planners there were way cuter on the outside than this one, but this one was like a weekly basis on the inside and it has a to-do and notes over there, and I like the week setup. The other ones were either a month-to-month basis or a day-to-day thing on each page, and I just was not really vibing with it. But I liked the inside of this one. The outside of it looks more Georgia style rather than mine, but I don't really care. It's gonna get the job done. I'm very excited because the moment I get home tonight, I'm gonna transfer all my plans into this. Before I go home to do that though, I am gonna run over to the animal shelter. It's very, very warm today, so I don't think most of the dogs are gonna wanna walk for long, but I'll at least get to take them outside. The thing I really like about the animal shelter that I volunteer at is they have volunteers come 3 times a day for like different time slots. So the dogs get to go out morning, lunch, and dinner, and they really prioritize like getting the dogs outside and not just being in their kennel, which I really love. I tend to go in the afternoon at night because they have their like staple volunteers that go in the morning, and then I feel like people who are on like lunch break tend to go during lunch. So I tend to go in the afternoon, but that just means with it being summer, it's really, really hot. I forgot a hat today. I meant to bring one and I forgot it. Thankfully, a lot of the areas I can walk the dogs at is pretty shaded, so it won't be too bad. I brought my yellow shirt. I was not about to wear it in there. We have to wear these big volunteer shirts when we walk the dogs, just to make sure they know like a volunteer is handling the dogs or an employee is handling the dogs. I was on the phone with my mom this morning and she was telling me that she's actually kind of serious about her and my dad getting another dog. They have not had a dog since my childhood dog, or one of my childhood dogs. It was just a really emotional death and I miss him every single day. And I think they're serious. I think they actually would like to get another dog, which kind of scares me because I'm like, okay, well, when I come to visit, like, will Phineas and the dog get along? Because as you guys know, Phineas does not get along well with big dogs. She is leash reactive. She does fine with dogs at like the vet and if she has to go to like the groomers or something, but she's just like dog selective, and it's so
yeah, it's just all over the place. Like, I don't know how she's gonna react, so it does scare me a little bit at the thought of them getting a dog. Because I'm like, if I come visit, like, am I gonna have to stay at an Airbnb instead of staying with you guys? Just so Phineas feels comfortable, or what would that look like? But it's okay. Like, I'm only there probably a week out of the year. It would be no issue for me to get an Airbnb so that Finn would be comfortable and their dog would be comfortable if they happen to not get along. I'm excited for them to potentially get a dog. I hope they do. I think that would be really good for my mom, just to like have something to take care of. And also, like, they always loved having a dog in the home when I was a kid, and they have not had one for so long. I just think it'd be good for them. Every time I go to the shelter here, I tend to send my grandma pictures of the dogs that I'm walking. And my mom had coffee with my grandma this morning, and she was like, why don't you send me pictures of the dogs? And I was like, I don't know, like, grandma volunteers at the shelter in Texas. I was just showing her the dogs that are at my shelter. She was like, well, send me pictures of the dogs, and also, for real, be on the lookout for a dog that you think would fit my dad and her. And I was like, oh, like, you really? And she's like, yes, like, I want a dog again. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a screening on occasion, and maybe I'll be able to find a dog that would fit them well, that I think that they would really love and would fit their lifestyle. We'll see. Oh, that was a good boy.
You're not allowed to smoke on the street around. I came to escort the lady back home.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to see how accurate this speedometer is. I've already hit 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 steps from walking around my house this morning and also taking Finn out. I haven't gone on any of my walks or worked out at all, but my workouts today are gonna be walking. We're just gonna see what it says by the end of the day, and I'm kind of gonna be like monitoring it all day just to get a gauge of how many steps I'm taking, because I've never had something this close to my body track my steps before. I want to finish Freeing Luca. I have a little bit left of that book. So at some point, probably not this morning, probably later today, I want to listen to the last hour of that book while I walk. And then Georgia and I are going to a baseball game tonight, which I'm very excited about. It's a minor league team here in Tennessee, so that'll be fun. I'm excited because I want a hot dog real bad. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hop on my walking pad and go ahead and do my workout and like walk for an hour while I finish up Freeing Luca. So far, I haven't been disliking the book, but I haven't been loving it. It is not as good as Choosing Theo, in my opinion. Both Alice and Luca at the very beginning of the book get taken and put in captivity together, and they don't speak the same language, but they end up bonding. They're mates, so they end up bonding, you know, a little bit. And in the brief ways that they can communicate with their body language, they really bond. And once they break free and go back into the society, the Caucanian society, they slowly start to like come together. They didn't get together too quick, in my opinion. It's just like nowhere near as good as Choosing Theo. It's a good palate cleanser type book. I am enjoying myself while listening to it. I'm probably gonna give it 2.5 or 3 stars. 3 stars would be me generously rating it. It's just like, okay. Last summer, if you guys were watching my videos, you know I made a bucket list. I did not make my own bucket list for this summer. I made a joint one with Georgia. I moved to Tennessee back in March to live next door to my best friend. So if you ever hear me mentioning Georgia, she is my best friend who also lives next door. We're slowly working our way through our bucket list, and what we get to check off tonight is go to a Redbirds game. It's a local minor league baseball team in our town. I don't even love baseball. Like, it's not my favorite sport. There is a professional basketball team here, but obviously it's not basketball season, so we can't go to that. I wish basketball was in season during the summer so we could go to one of those games, because I would much rather watch a basketball game over a baseball game. I don't know if this team is good. I don't know if this team is bad. I don't know if the men on the team are hot. I haven't even looked up the roster yet. I'm gonna look up the roster on the way there. I also don't know where we're sitting either. The thing about Georgia and I's friendship, Georgia is my polar opposite. My polar opposite type A bestie. Like, we could not be more different in style, in preference of things. We have the same morals, and that's about it. What else do we have in common? Our love of Mariana Zapata. The thing about Georgia is she makes the plans. I think her type A ass prefers to make the plans and knows like when it's gonna happen, where we're gonna be sitting, and that stuff. So she books the things. Then when we get to the things, I'm in charge. It's just this like flip-flop in the way we work. So she has gotten the tickets for the game tonight. I don't know where we're sitting. I'm kind of hoping we're sitting close, but I don't care regardless. Freeing Luca was okay. I'm gonna generously give it 3 stars. Not my favorite. I'm excited to continue the series. I had fun while listening to it. It wasn't anything spectacular. I did really like how the MMC was with the FMC though. Like, I liked that he figured out her hobbies and things she enjoyed, and he really just wanted to make her happy. I thought that was really cute. I also thought that the fact that he was a researcher was really cute. I don't know, I just really liked that. I feel like all the MMCs in this book, because this sci-fi alien world is very similar to Earth, I feel like every single MMC is going to have a very interesting job. Whereas in sci-fi alien romance, like Ice Planet Barbarians, it's like you are hunter or you are gatherer. Like, it's very different. These guys have, or so far, I've only read 2 books in the series, have very human-like jobs that I find fascinating. So that'll be fun. They're literally just like a humanoid type planet, but they're just more attractive on the planet. And they look better. I'll listen to the 3rd book eventually, or I'll read it once I'm done with my library challenge, because they're all available on Kindle Unlimited. Hold this while I show them my corn dog. I got a big corn dog because I couldn't find a hot dog. And a large Diet Coke, and I fear we're about to have the best night of our lives. I'm having so much fun so far. They won, and it was actually so fun. It was a little boring the first couple innings, but then it got really good, and we had a really, really good time. We'll be back. We're gonna look into season passes. Just kidding, they're like $1,000, but we would. 21,000? Bro, what the hell? See, my phone is not accurate, but I've been going off my phone. And today was a very average walking day for me. Like, I feel like some days I walk an additional 2-ish miles here and there. What the I'm hitting an absurd amount of steps on those days. Then again, like, walking is my workout, you know? And on days where I, like, pay attention to my step goal, I'm just walking. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else. Definitely nothing strenuous. I don't really do any strenuous activity anymore. I've talked to you guys about this before, like, briefly in one of my vlogs a bit ago. I don't do strenuous activity. I love low intensity workouts, aka walking. 21,000 steps. If I think about it structurally, it's like 2 hours a day that gets me this activity, because walk time with Finn, normally those miles take me an hour. Walking on my walking pad, normally that takes me an hour. I love this thing. I'm also trying to do low tech summer a little bit, so it's gonna be really nice that I can have this thing and don't have to carry my phone around me, or get an Apple Watch, because I was thinking about getting an Apple Watch for a little bit there. I'm not an Apple Watch girly. I'm not a Fitbit girly. I'm not just like a electronic tracker type girly. This is technically electronic, but you get what I mean. If I influence you to do anything today, hopefully it's get a pedometer. Also, the baseball game was so fun, but I'm gonna go to bed and I will talk to you about the baseball game tomorrow, because I'm so tired. The desk came in. I added a couple extra frames on the wall, kind of organized it a little bit differently. I need to get some more prints made. I might switch out this print right there. I don't know how I feel about it being right there. And then I need to get a bigger print made for that, and then a print that will fit this square. Frame wise, I think we're good. I don't think I'm gonna need any more frames. I'm just gonna need prints. This is so exciting. You know, I'm becoming an adult
when I'm literally over the moon about getting a standing desk. Guys, last night's baseball game was so fun. I want to get season tickets. I already said that, but I'm serious. I love a good sports event. I also grew up playing sports. I played competitive soccer my entire life and a wee bit into college before I quit. I've loved sports my entire life. I've loved watching sports. I don't love watching football. I don't dislike football, but it's not my favorite sport. All I can think about the entire time is, man, half these guys have CTE. There was like nobody at the game last night. Nobody. The stands were empty, and I don't know if that's because we went on a Thursday or what. Georgia and I were living our best fucking lives. I already want to go back to another game. I was like, Georgia, when can we go again? I ordered a new Kindle clicker too, and it just came in the mail. I have not been able to find my Kindle clicker I had previously since I moved to Tennessee. I've been searching for it for almost 3 months now, and I've yet to find it. Ordered a new one. It came in yesterday. I threw out the box in the dumpster. Guess what I found this morning? My other Kindle clicker. So now I have 2. That is just my luck. While we were at the baseball game, it made me think of this book that I read when I first got back into reading. I believe the book is called Be My Game Changer. When I was first getting back into reading, I think in 2022, I read this book and I probably gave it 3 stars. Is it 3-star worthy? No. Is it insta-love? Yes. Hold on, listen to me. Don't click off the video just yet. Let me tell you. This girl goes to a baseball game, a major league baseball game. She ends up going with one of her friends because he had a ticket and he didn't want to go alone and she did not want to go. So what did she do? She brought her book. This is literally the stupidest, most Wattpad love story ever. She brought her book and she was reading behind home plate while her friend was enjoying the game. And the pitcher noticed this girl's nose in a book and he was like, I'm a big deal. Why isn't she paying attention to me? So he talks to somebody and he gets her to stay after the game because he just wants to have a chat. Like, I don't know, I think maybe he was attracted to her. It's been so long, I can't even fully remember the details. I do know this girl had daddy trauma and her and the pitcher ended up working it out. But isn't that the dream, right? To get noticed at a game by a professional player and then you fall in love. I remember that as we were sitting there last night because there was nobody in the stands and I was like, put me on the big screen. Put me on that freaking big screen up there. I want to be like, hey everyone. Like I wanted to be on the big screen. We did not get on the big screen, but I was like, Georgia, what if someone falls in love with us? We always joke like that. It's like our go-to joke. And I was telling Georgia about that book and she said, before we go to our next baseball game, she'll read the book. And I was like, thank you. You're going to have so much fun with it. Or it's going to be the most vile book ever. Cause I don't know if it was good or it was just, there was spice in it. I don't remember. Be My Game Changer. What a freaking insane title. Okay, got that done. Now we need to do 3 and F. Oh, I'm about to be so productive. I think I need to, oh, hello? How high is too high? I think that's, here's my little setup that we got going. I think I need to raise it a little bit more because my head's gonna be like, how much higher can I raise this thing though? I'm gonna put her there for now. Yeah, that's even. Oh, this is great. I'll be walking. Let's prop up my Kindle and get a vibe check for it. This was a really good decision. We get to check another thing off the bucket list today. Yeah, we're going to Bass Pro Shop. Everybody, this is the Pyramid Bass Pro Shop. I've been in a regular Bass Pro Shop before, not the Illuminati looking, am I allowed to say that? Pyramid? Am I allowed to say that? It looks like it's very triangular. At this Bass Pro Shop, you can stay there overnight. I have no desire to stay there ever, but I'm excited to like walk in there and then look up and we can probably see the rooms from down below. All I want out of this is to see fish, because I know they probably have like an aquarium in there. And then I want to buy a souvenir, a magnet, a hat, I don't know.
We're gonna feel it out. New jelly cat. It's a bass fish. It has little whiskers too. I feel like the whiskers on the other ones were detached. His whiskers are attached. And then I'm also getting World's Best Grandpa. My thumbnail. Caught a big one. New hinge pick.